نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسول الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أما بعد. Indeed, this is a very sad day for each and every one of us. Not only for us that are here, but this is a loss to the entire ummah. The hadith sharif of Nabi Pak sallallahu alayhi wa sallam constantly coming to mind. Inna lillahi ahlina min al-nas hum Ahlullah hum Ahlul Quran Ahlullahi wa khassatuh. Or kama qala alayhi salatu wassalam, Allah Ta'ala has household family members. In inverted commas, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not have any family, but to show the closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Nabi Pak sallallahu alayhi wa sallam addresses this category of people as the household of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And who are those people who are the household of Allah ta'ala? Ahlul Quran, the people of the Quran. Today we have lost, the entire ummah has lost a khadim of the Quran al-Kareem. We have seen his life from the morning till the night. It was the Quran al-Kareem. It was nothing else but the Quran al-Kareem. He lived his life, the Quran al-Kareem, and that's how he left also. Those who took sabak last on Monday morning are witness to this. Hazrat Qari Saheb left the class, from there the drips had started, and that was the last final stages. Although Hazrat Qari Saheb has left us, but the teachings that Hazrat Qari Saheb has left behind for us, his life that he has left for us, that example that he left for us, that indeed is a means of us also gaining the closeness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we can also use this as a lead to become from the close servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hazrat Qari Saheb's Ustad, Hazrat Hafiz Abdul Rahman Saheb rahmatullah alayhi, approximately 15-20 years ago, who was one of the special khadims of the Quran al-Kareem in this country. There was a day like this when he had left this world, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had blessed us with an opportunity to be part of the janazah, and the feeling was just the same. Today, his student, leaving behind thousands of students around the globe, whether it be direct or indirect, so many of those that have benefited from Hazrat Qari Saheb, so many students that he has left behind, so many children which we can call ilmi students, ilmi children that he has left behind. This is a legacy for Hazrat Qari Saheb. Imagine today, when now his ruh is taken to the akhirat, his parents, his asatiza, how happy they may be to receive the ruh of their student. His parents, his family members, how happy they may be to receive him. Why? Because he led his life in a manner that was pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His entire life was just to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His entire fikr was Quran al-Kareem. His entire fikr was me and you. We make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant all of us istiqamat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the tawfiq to live our lives according to the teachings that he has left behind. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us steadfastness. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep this legacy that he has left behind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep it alive till Qiyamah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it grow from stage to stage. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant each and every one of us sabr jameel, ajr azim. And indeed each and every one of us feel the same pain. Not only those of us that are seated here, but all those who have heard about the leaving of Qari Saheb, those who even did not even know him before this, but just him being a special servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his passing away, his leaving us, has definitely affected the hearts of many across the globe. We make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for each and every one of us, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him complete maghfirat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue elevating his darajat in Jannat. Every ayat of the Quran Kareem that we will recite, without even us making the niyat of Isal Sawab, by default this already goes to Hazrat Qari Saheb. By default this already goes to him. So let us also make a niyat that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants us also such lives that when we leave this world also, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it such that we also have our bank balance in the Akhirat also accumulating every moment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the tawfiq of making amal.